Hi, folks, and welcome to another episode of the Southern Drink Review. I'm Derek.
And I'm Dan.
And we are here today reviewing crafted artisan meadery's Pollen-nation. This is with blackberry hopped honey wine. So this is a session mead. It is 6% ABV, which is much lower than usual for mead. So Dan, you've had a couple of meads recently, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I sure have. I've had, oh gosh, I can't even remember the name of it. But I've had a couple meads at the Renaissance Festival here in Georgia.
I remember the Stigmata.
Yes, the Stigmata
really
was
good.
awesome. The Stigmata was awesome, and then we did a review on that.
Yeah,
and
that was in our review at the Georgia Renaissance Festival. If you click on our channel, you can go and check that out.
Right. And then they had some other mead, another mead there. What was that mead?
It was just the Monk's Meadery Wildflower.
That's right.
It was just
Monk's
regular.
Meadery.
Well, Stigmata was Monk's Meadery too.
That's true. But that one compared to the Stigmata was way, heads and shoulders above that mead. So.
Yeah, I would say, I don't think we actually, that's one thing that we need to make sure we do. I think for the Stigmata, we didn't actually give it a rating. I think on that one, I'd give it a solid 4.
4 to 5, definitely.
Yeah, and then 4 stars for the Stigmata. And then for the regular Wildflower, I'd say 2.5. Yeah, 2.5. 2.5.
Exactly.
Okay,
yeah.
So tonight we are going to be trying this for the very first time. We have not opened it up. As you can see, it is still sealed. So, Dan, if you would, please do the honors.
Certainly.
Now, for those of you who don't know, a mead is a fermented honey beverage. Basically, instead of using grapes like in wine or using barley as in beer, they use honey as their source of sugar for the yeast to ferment. Now, this one is a session mead, so it's only 6%. Usually, mead runs somewhere in the 12% range. And this one, I was looking at the bottle, is made in Meadery, Ohio. I don't know where that's at in Ohio. I just know that it exists. Wow. Okay. And so, the cameraman, Andrew, would you like to go and have some mead?
Sure.
Okay, come on around here. We'll sit there, and Andrew, as you can see, gets the red Solo cup because he's just the cameraman. He's on-camera talent, doesn't get the nice glassware. Here you go.
Thanks, sir.
Okay. We're going to set that right there. So, first impression. It's definitely got a lot of blackberry in it. You can see. It's got...
Very nice red color.
It's still, though. There is not carbonation.
A ruby red. No, not very much carbonation. You saw when I poured it.
Oh, you know what? There is a little bit of carbonation.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you saw when I poured it, there's a little bit of carbonation.
So it's not still. It's just lightly carbonated.
Right.
It looks like it's about the same carbonation as, say, a Red Bull or an energy drink of some kind or something like that. So beautiful color on it.
Yeah. Nice ruby red.
Smelling it, it doesn't... it's got a fruity
It does smell like a mead, which is like a honey-ish smell. I can smell the honey type smell in it.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of fruit to it, but it's not
It's
you can't identify
very light.
blackberry. You can't identify blackberry. It just smells like fruit. So Dan, go ahead and take a taste. Let me know what you think about it. Let's see. So this is their Pollen-nation. They call it a pistol. That's funny. Doesn't really not a whole bunch of information on this mead on here, except for the fact that it has blackberry juice from concentrate and it's hops. So, can you taste any of the hops?
Well, I'll tell you, I don't know if I can really taste any of the hops. It's got a very light mouthfeel. It's very, it's not watery.
No, this is not what I was expecting.
Yeah, it's definitely got a fruity flavor. I think I can taste the blackberries.
I can definitely taste the blackberries. That's not the question.
And it definitely tastes like a mead. You can have that it has that mead taste, that honey taste, and you can taste the blackberries. So it is fruity.
I don't taste any hops though. I say
it's
slightly hopped. I don't smell hops.
No, I tell you, it's got a little bit of flavor. It's
You know what? If you sit there and if you pay attention, it's a smidge of bitterness on the back end.
Right, exactly. And that's what I was going to say is that it's got a little bit of bitterness, but it's on the back end. And so your initial flavor is going to be, you're going to get that honey, you're going to get that blackberry fruity flavor, and then even now, after I've been talking, I've got that bitterness in my mouth. Mm. And so I think that's where the hops are coming in. But actually, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good. It's definitely good. That's kind of, that's not really a great descriptor. Oh, it's good.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's got a light mouthfeel. It's not like water. It's a little bit thicker than water, but barely.
You can definitely get the carbonation when you drink it.
It's got a little bit of carbonation in your mouth, a lot of honey, blackberry flavors, and then a little bit of bitterness in the end. And that's what I taste.
Yeah,
I don't think it's too complex, but it's decent. It's pretty good. You can drink it. It's drinkable.
You know what? I'm trying to find it, and I can't tell. But it looks, if I had to guess from the code here on this, it doesn't have an actual date on it. But from the code, I'm guessing it was probably bottled in 2017. So it's been, and it looks like about September. So that's just a guesstimate based on the code here on the side. I can't be 100% sure on that. But
maybe you'll put one of those really lame corrections on the video.
If there's a correction, check it in the description.
Right.
If you're from Crafted Meadery, go ahead and reach out to us. Let us know. Do we have the code right? It's got this code 91172468. I'm guessing that means that it was bottled on September 1st of 2017. If so. That's 9 months ago?
Yeah, and I think it's pretty good for him. Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, the hops don't survive super long time. Really, about 6 months is the amount of time you can expect for hops. Right. And with this, I wouldn't expect it to be like a super hopped, dry hopped IPA or anything. I would expect
those hops though, they're gonna the yeast is gonna survive on the sugar, and there's still plenty of sweetness in here.
Well, no, they went and they if you look at the ingredients, they actually added something to go and kill the yeast.
Okay.
So what they did was they killed the yeast and then what's known as back sweetened it. They added a little bit of extra honey. That's a guess. I don't know the exact fermentation process for this, but it specifically mentions that they added a chemical to prevent re-fermentation, which usually means they back sweetened it with extra honey. Okay. So, or maybe they back sweetened it with blackberries because it does have a very strong blackberry taste.
Yeah, it does.
Truthfully, I can't taste a whole bunch of honey on this, which is good. I mean, when I expect something to be fermented out, I expect honey notes on it, but I don't expect it to taste like honey.
Well, I'll tell you, I think that it has a good honey taste. Mm-hmm. I think it has a decent honey taste. I think it definitely tastes like blackberry. I think if you're expecting something that tastes like a little bit like honey and like blackberry, and but still tastes like a mead, I think this would fit the bill. I mean, it's more. It's almost like a fruit juice drink, even if you want to know the truth. Just the amount of.
Well, you know what? You're saying that, but the first thing I get is it's like a sparkling wine, is in my opinion. And which makes sense because for a lot of states, honey is considered mead is considered a honey wine. Mm-hmm. So,
and that's what it tastes like.
It tastes like a sparkling wine, like a blackberry sparkling wine.
Yes, it does.
Light in alcohol. You don't get a whole bunch. You don't have a big phenol bomb from this, but it's good.
Yeah, it's good. I would drink it. I mean, it's drinkable.
Oh yeah. So, what's your rating on it? Is it as good as Stigmata? That's really the question.
No, it's not. So I would give it. I'm wavering between a 3 and a 3.5.
I'll tell you right now, I like it enough, and that's because I'm a bit of a sucker for fruity drinks. I'm going to give it a 3.5.
All right. And
I don't think it's quite as good as Stigmata, but that's relatively close. I think it's pretty good.
It's good. It tastes good. To me, it's not outstanding though. For a mead, I don't think.
Well, don't forget, 3 is just average.
Yeah, I'll give it a little bit above average. 3.5.
Okay. So, Crafted Pollen-nation Blackberry Honey Wine. Don't know why they don't call it a mead, but it's a honey wine. So, Session Mead, 3.5 stars, Sun Drink Review. We're agreed on that, right?
Yes, definitely.
All right. So, if you guys happen to see it and you can pick it up, I recommend it. Especially if you like blackberries. It's actually quite good as a blackberry wine. I think it's quite good as a blackberry wine. So, any other thoughts?
I think I'm good.
All right, folks. 3.5 stars. This has been the Southern Drink Review. I'm Derek.
I'm Dan.
Please remember to always drink responsibly. If you like this video, click the like and subscribe. Click the alarm bell so that you can go and be alerted whenever we upload new material, including hopefully in the near future, depending on you, our new studio. And we will be going and seeing you guys later. Have a good night.